Go show jumping. Come spend a day with me. Today we are show jumping this morning, and then we have a couple of horses to ride this afternoon, the youngsters. So fingers crossed everything goes to plan today. Just taking Tushka down the road to Wellington. Dropping down after last week wasn't great, so see how she gets on.
Last week out competing, we had a massive rider fail, meaning a lack of confidence from Tushka, rightfully so. So I thought I would take her out today in the sunshine for some zero pressure rounds at a lower height and just see how she gets on. The thing is with Tushka is that she's super careful, so if she thinks she's going to touch a pole, she would far rather stop than risk it. So throughout her entire career, we've yo-yoed up and down the heights to keep her happy. Here I am, attempting to make her look semi-presentable. She lives out 24/7, which is great for everything other than actually keeping her clean. Thankfully, the weather in the UK at the moment is unseasonably nice, so a lot of the mud is dried up, meaning minimal swamps for Tushka the hippo to dwell in. Wearing my new Ariat team jacket, which is perfect for this weather, and wearing over my show clothes, and is smart enough to wear to walk the course at the show. Plus, I love absolutely anything in a bright blue. Most of the mud now chiselled off and time to load up. It isn't far at all to Welly, which is good, and then we had a lot of waiting around, both after course walking and in between classes. I am distinctly not good at waiting around. My nerves start to get to me, and I psych myself out of actually being in any way productive. But unfortunately, on days like today, there isn't much I can do about it.
We're here, I've walked the course, I'm all ready. Wearing navy today, flying under the radar, because I'm not very confident. So just about to go and get on and warm up. We're in the metre and the 110, as I say, drop down because I rode like a complete spanner last week. So fingers crossed I can remember how to ride, and fingers crossed she's feeling okay. Little bit nervous, more than a little bit, very nervous.
Then it was off to find the pony and do some nervous pacing. I'm kidding, I was off to spend a small mortgage on a cup of tea and a cup of coffee. Not both for me, one was for the groom obviously. This is Tushka just chilling in between her classes and then into the 110. I got more nervous going into this as the girl before me fell off at fence 1 and someone had fallen off in the warm-up, letting off their gas canister from their air vest, so Tushka was not a fan. Anyway, got a good shot into what seemed like a mean fence 1 with all the people, and it's at an angle. Then trying to ride positively down a related distance. Tushka is quite short-strided, so I just need to make sure she keeps on rolling down the distances. A rubbish holding stride into that one, but I didn't want her to take a flyer after last week, and then I had to really push on down that distance. I've cut out some fences just where you couldn't see them very clearly. And then rolling on round, this is technically in the jump-off, but I went round the houses. I just wanted a really solid round after last week, and I didn't want to pull any silly turns. Down over the water tray. I never have to worry about water trays with Tushka. She never looks at them. And then on a dog leg, which she didn't really change, so we ended up on the wrong lead, but we still hit this fence quite nicely. Then it was a roll back to a 2-strided double. It was quite imposing, so I made sure to go round fence 1 to get in a properly straight line and ride really forwardly into it. So that's why I'm doing a little bit of pony club kicking, because I know she can back off sometimes. But as you can see, she didn't care anyway and just carried on rolling round. Just got home, all washed off, paying the carrot tax. Good girl, Tush. Don't take my fingers. Thank you. Good girl. Good girl. Back out to the field. So I've just got back from the show. Tushka jumped 2 lovely double clears and actually came second in the 110, which was quite a big 110, I thought. I was very nervous, and I don't really know why. But anyway, she jumped her absolute socks off, really pleased with her. And so she's just going back out in the field. And now I'm just going to go and ride this one. So this one is rising 4, and it'll be her 4th ever time of being sat on. So let's see how this goes. This is Baby Goose. Baby Goose has a little bit of attitude. So we've been doing an awful lot of groundwork with her, some lunging, and basically just getting her to try and relax in the arena, which as you can see today, she was lovely. This is her first ever time with a rider on off the lunge. So we're just taking it really steady at her own pace and just letting her work things out for herself. I've got fast hold of the neck strap. The first few rides, I always make sure I have partially hold of the neck strap. So if she does anything like that, as you can see, or just has a lurch around, I'm not going to catch her in the mouth, which I absolutely do not want to do. Supergirl though, for her first trot solo. Goose all out in the field. Time to ride this one. This is Callie. She's rising 5, and I'm going to give her a little jump today. See how we get on. This is Callie. She's had the winter off jumping just to get a little bit stronger. As you can see, she's quite naturally talented, or at least I like to think so. And then I had this set up as like a little introduction to a double. As you can see, it's built at half a cross pole just to let her figure it out. But as you can see, she massively overjumped it. We came round again, and again, she overjumped it. So I was just thinking that she was a little bit worried. So I put it back to poles on the floor to try and get her to understand the question a little bit better. The most important thing with a young horse is keeping their confidence. She jumped that super, so that's enough for her. See all 3 superstar girls in the background. They were all absolutely mega today. Really pleased with all of them. Really sensible, really nice, and the sun is shining. So, can't ask for better.